Yo, what is up, guys? I don't know if you saw the previous video or not, but little part two, same night, same day, everything. I guess this isn't really a part two. I'm actually gonna tell a story this time. The last video I mentioned about culinary, and so when I was in high school, I used to go to culinary a lot. Well, it was one of my classes I took. Sorry, I'm still pretty drunk. Yeah, I was in culinary for quite some time. So in my school, every school kind of does this thing, like how they have it's like you go to school, but like they have like the special classes when you get to a certain grade, so you can go to like culinary classes or like health classes if you want to like be a nurse, or like automotive if you want to be like a mechanic, construction, computer science if you want to be like IT. So I took quite a bit of classes when I was in the 10th grade. I took like three. I was in three different LICO classes. That's what we called LICO CTC. But yeah, so when I was in 10th grade, I took construction for like a week, and I was like, you know what? I don't think this is for me. Then I did computer science, and computer science was. I have a lot of good memories from that class. The teacher, Mr. Kimball, he was an amazing guy. I still think about him a lot sometimes. He really helped me open up. Also, if you guys are coming from the previous video, I just want to let you know I did finish the area. I'm sorry, I really had to piss, and there's only a few hits left, so I just finished it really quick so I could go take a piss. But I do still have some Paps left from this one beer can, and I do have a full Paps plus this Coors Light right here, this tall boy. So we still do got some stuff to drink to the night. But anyway. Sorry, I forgot to say cheers. Well, cheers. Here, I'll finish the rest of this. Cheers, y'all. Alright. That's enough of that one. But anyway, so yeah, the construction that I did computer science for like the rest of my 10th grade year. But yeah, and then my 11th grade year, I switched to culinary because, so Mr. Kimball, he was a cool ass guy. But, so when I first started LICO, the person, like, what's it called? Not a principal, but, he was basically a principal. The administrator, whatever the fuck he was called. Mr. Butler, he left, and he was a cool ass dude. And then, oh my god. The beer burps are coming. But, yeah, and so when Mr. Minium came, the new guy, it's kind of like a dictator, I'm not gonna lie. Like, he was trying to, like, just enforce a bunch of stupid shit, and it got to the point where Mr. Kimball was like, alright, I'm fucking done. Even the construction teacher, Mr. Way, oh my god, I'm sorry, guys. He left because of Mr. Minium, too. And, like, I didn't want to do computer science without Mr. Kimball, so I switched to culinary. That was one of the best decisions I've ever made. I met a lot of great people in culinary. Still friends with one of them. Riddick, as I mentioned in the past story, he's one of my homies. But yeah, so in culinary, we got special privilege, because I guess culinary was like one of the higher rated classes in terms of just like what we could do for the other classes. Like we would like cook for the other classes. Like we would like host like whole dinner thing. Like they would like come into the cafe, because like the culinary class, so like you would walk into the building and it was like right there, so you'd like walk in and it was like a whole cafe, like actual like dining room tables, and like you would go back in the back and there's like a whole fucking kitchen area. Like it was cool as fuck. Like anybody who was ever in those like like special tech classes in school, and if they ever take culinary, y'all probably know what I'm talking about. Like you walk, I don't know if it was the exact same setup, like you walk in, it was like a cafe, like had all like the like the whole, like it was like a restaurant, like the tables and everything, and then there was like the main table where the culinary teacher, we called him chef because he was a chef. He was like a chef for like 25 years before he started teaching culinary, so like homie knew what the fuck he was doing. But yeah, there was, so at the end of so culinary, what they would do is they would go to a theme park in Pennsylvania, knoebels, as anybody who lived in Pennsylvania probably knows. So knoebels. Let me tell you about that field trip at the end of the year. So this is back when I was like a really big stoner. All right, so chef, he already knew I was a stoner. He knew from the fucking get go. Well, not really from the get go, but there's this one time like because we went in and like before we could go back in the kitchen, we had to do like all the safety stuff and like knife handling and everything. And we would like cook and everything, and then at the end of the year, like after we were done, like we had like all of our knowledge and like how to cook and everything. Like culinary really helped me with like cooking and just like in general. Like it just made me like such a better cook and everything. Like, I love cooking. It's like therapeutic. I love cooking. The one thing I don't like about it is doing dishes. So when I move in with my girlfriend, I should have told her like I'll cook every day as long as I don't have to do the dishes. I'll cook if you do the dishes. I feel like it's a pretty fair deal, you know. But yeah. So anyway, at the end of around the end of the year, we went on a culinary field trip, and it was to knoebels, and it was pretty funny because the day before the field trip, because Chef already knew I was a stoner. This one day when I went into when we were doing one of our first rotations, my partner for the rotation, what was her name? It started with an M, maybe. I think it started with an M, but I showed up stoned for the fucking rotation, like when we were like actually cooking like a special meal for like to get graded on, and chef and Courtney was like the assistant. She was a previous student, but she was like really good at she was a really good student to the point where like they gave her a job to be like the assistant for that class. She was a cool ass person, you know, like she had she let me get away with quite a bit of shit, but yeah, this one time when it was like our first rotation and I showed up stoned and like I remember I went into class and like sat down. I was stoned as fuck. I probably looked like the stereotypical stoner because I was fucking cooked out of my fucking mind. I looked at Chef and like at Courtney and they looked at me and they were like, they knew what was up, you know, and I fucked up a lot. I forgot some ingredients for the dish that we were making. I forgot the dish we were making. It was the first rotation. I can't remember. I think it had something to do with like grilled chicken, maybe. No, it wasn't that. Well, actually, no. Our first ever rotation we had to do by ourselves. Our first ever rotation was a breakfast. It was like we had to make like a whole breakfast platter and everything. And I don't really fully remember what we made, but like we did the first rotation by ourselves, and then the next rotation was with a partner. Mostly rotations were with a partner, but some rotations were by ourselves. But the second rotation is like when we first got a partner, and my partner was not a very. She was kind of a bitch. I'm not gonna lie. All right, like yeah. But yeah, I was really stoned and I forgot a lot of ingredients, and Chef knew that I forgot a lot of ingredients, and he also knew I was stoned. So at the end of the day, because we had our own uniforms for the class and everything, so when we were done changing out of our uniforms at the end of the class, and I was coming back to the class to like hang out and be on my phone and talk to my friends that were in the class, I came back into the kitchen and Chef, he was all like, "Hey Ron," because that's what he called me. You know, my name's Aaron. If you guys aren't watching the past video, my name's Aaron, by the way. It's nice to meet all of you. But yeah, he was like, "Hey Ron," and he called me over. He was talking to me about how shit my grades were, and then he's like, "One more thing," and I was like, "One more thing," and homie's like, "So, by the way, me and Courtney." Actually no. The first thing he said, he was like, "So, I think you need to leave your dirty laundry at home." And me being stoned as fuck, I was like, "What do you mean leave my dirty laundry at home?" And then he was like, "Me and Courtney, we're very good at telling things." And that's when I was like, "Oh, he knows I'm fucking cooked as shit right now." So yeah, he was just like, "We need you at your best, Aaron," and he was pretty cool about it, actually. He knew I was fucking cooked out of my mind, and I kind of just agree. I didn't want to get in trouble, so I was just like going with like, "Yeah, you need me at my best. Yeah, I'm fucking locked in." After that, I did not really show up stoned that much, unless if I knew that we weren't going back in the kitchen, because if back in the kitchen, like if I was stoned, I would fuck up a lot. So if I knew we were going to the kitchen, I wouldn't smoke that before school that day. But yeah, Anyway, so yeah, Chef knew I was a stoner. He was cool about it. Sometimes he would joke about it too. It was pretty funny. Because back in the day when he was like around my age, actually, like I'm 20. Back when he was my age, he used to be quite the stoner himself. He used to drink a lot, smoke a lot of weed. Because I knew a lot of people that knew Chef when he was younger. But yeah. Anyway, back to the culinary field trip. So the day before the culinary field trip, he was talking. He's like, "All right, guys, don't bring anything to get me in trouble." And he looked at me. He was like, "Right, Aaron?" And I was like, "Yes, I won't bring anything." And then, so before the culinary, I woke up for the that day for the culinary field trip, and yeah, everything was good. I woke up. I took like 3 bong reps before school. I'm going to fucking knoebels. I want to be cooked. And by the way, so the plug that I had at the time, he was a cool guy. Sometimes when I go over to his house, he would just give me edibles, because he would make his own edibles. And so with his edibles, he would use them. He would make them on a reclaim, and they were either a hit or miss. They would either not do anything, or they would like cook you into oblivion and fucking like you would be paralyzed. So most of the time they weren't really that good. It was like really, really rare whenever he would make some good shit. But yeah, so he gave me last time I bought butt off him. He gave me 2 chocolate bars and like, yo, these are some good shit. But like he would say that about every batch, and they weren't always good. But anyway, so I was like, you know what? I'll bring these 2 chocolate bars. I'll eat one for myself, and then I'll give one to Riddick. I don't know if you guys remember the last video I made. If you didn't watch it, go watch it. Really, just skim through it. Really. My bad. I'm sorry, gang. If you guys didn't watch it, just skim through it really quick so you at least know who I'm talking about. Riddick, he was one of my homies. But I was gonna one for me, one for Riddick, and so yeah, so it comes to the day where the culinary field trip is happening and everything. Wake up, I take 3 bong rips before school. I'm running late for school, and I had to drive to Lyco. Anyway, I was supposed to sign some paper for it, but like me being me, I was a stoner and didn't really care back in the day. I didn't really care. I just had my mom call the school and be like, "Hey, my son's driving today to Lyco." I used to have a 2012 Chevy Colorado, an amazing truck. I miss the truck. I don't really have a car right now anymore because the truck, I put almost $5,000 into repairs, and it's to the point where because it's broken again. It breaks so much. I just can't keep repairing it. It's gonna cost me so much. But at the time, that was when my Colorado was in really good shape. So I drove my Colorado to school, to Lyco, and we were about to go to the knoebels for trip. I was still cooked because I took the 3 bong rips before school. But yeah, we get on the bus and everything's chill, and then when we get to knoebels, by the way, Chef, he told us that we were going to knoebels to watch how the people who were working the concession stand and everything did their shit. He was capping his ass off. He was just saying that to Mr. Minium so we could go to knoebels. Because when we got to knoebels, he's like, "All right, tour's over. Y'all go have fun," and we just went off and did shit. It was me and a group of 9 other people. It was Riddick, this one girl named Nevaeh, Ryan, Logan. No, Brogan wasn't part of the group, but he was in culinary. I'm pretty cool with him still, Brogan. But yeah. Anyway, so I'm gonna crack open this other beer because I at least want to get one down in this video. But yeah, so we get to knoebels, and I have these 2 chocolate bars that I brought. So what I didn't know is that they were 500 milligrams each. Okay, my plug must have been cooking at the time because he really put a lot of work into these edibles, I guess. So we get to the knoebels, and I'm just tearing little pieces off my chocolate bar because I was gonna give the other one to Riddick, just munching on them throughout the day, just vibing, and it was kind of staying pretty cooked off of that. That should have been a red flag. So we had to meet back up with Chef and all the other students at around 2 p.m. just to do a roll call. And the day before, we made a bunch of hoagies for everybody, for all the people like me who were broke and couldn't afford any food because I was spending my money on weed. we had to go back for the hoagies, and I was starving and having to eat. But before we did that, I was munching on the chocolate bar that I had, and I reached in my pocket. It was like 75 degrees. I was wearing black. Basketball shorts, and I used to be fat as fuck, like really fat. So me just being the fat kid I was sweating my ass off. It was hot as fuck, and so I reached down in my pocket. And I was like, oh my god, these shits are fucking melting right now. And so when it comes to edibles, they don't really smell, but chocolate edibles, like when they start melting, they usually leave a pretty decent smell. So I looked at Riddick and I was like, yo, these are melting right now. Like, you gotta eat your share right now because we gotta go back to Chef. Like, it was almost 2. Like, we gotta go back here soon. Like, I don't want to be reeking when we go back. He's like, oh man, I want to wait until like closer to the end of the trip when we're back on the bus and going back home. And I was like, you know what? That's fine. I don't know why, because I'm just gonna eat it all myself right now because I didn't know how strong they were. And so when he told me that, I was like, all right, bet. So I just pulled out the entire bag in front of fucking everybody. I had no fucks to give, and I just dumped it into my hand. And I was like, all right, guys, I'm just letting you know, like I'm either gonna be feeling cool, I'm either gonna be fine, or I'm either gonna be fucked up. But like I let everybody know. Like, sure, I saw I just fucking popped all of them. What I didn't know was that I just ingested like almost 1,000 milligrams of THC at one moment. So I quite the turn of event during this day. I wasn't expecting my day to end up how it was. So, I'm vibing. We're at knoebels. Anybody who's ever been to knoebels, so if you haven't been to knoebels, you're not gonna know what I'm talking about. So just tune out with what I'm about to say. So the people who have been to knoebels who are watching this, I was like by the cheese fry stand, like where the stand that would just sell fries and like cheese fries, and like it was always busy because they had the best fries at knoebels. We were by there. We were about to get ice cream. Like we were like the line would start here, and you'd get your fries, and you go get your ketchup and stuff on the side of the building, and then you'd walk down, and there'd be like an ice cream place. That's where we're at, and that's where I popped the edibles. And so you guys know usually with edibles, it takes about an hour or 2 to kick in. Guys, I felt this shit within like 30 minutes, like really like felt it, and I was like. Cause like we were all getting ice cream, but there's a long ass line, so they were waiting. And I remember like they were all about to get ice cream, and I was fucking feeling it. I was like, this is about to be crazy. Like it was like I knew I was in for a ride. And like when it comes to smoking flower, like if you get too stoned off of smoking flower, like you can kind of just chill out. Like give it like a good hour. You're gonna be chilling. Just wait it out. With edibles, no. That's not how that works. That is not how that works whatsoever. Also, cheers guys. I didn't take a sip of this yet during this entire video. I am personally sorry. But anyway, now that I'm doing it, cheers y'all. I love y'all. Hope y'all are having an amazing night right now watching this. Since we're here, I'll light up my last stogie that I have for the night. But yeah, I'm gonna light this really quick, guys. I'll be right back to the story. Just give me a second, okay? Oh, it's always good to smoke a cigarette when you're drunk. It's the honestly top 5 best feelings of dopamine that you can get. Because you're already getting a bunch of dopamine from being drunk. But then you get the extra dopamine from smoking your cigarette. But you guys don't want to get too used to it. You don't ever, guys, I just want to let you know, don't ever in your life start relying on short-term gratification for, joy. I'm just doing this because I had a really shitty day. I don't do this often. Sometimes I have a shitty day and just deal with it. But, I was hanging out with my boy. And he wanted to drink, so I was like, fuck it. So I got myself some beer, and I still have some beer left over. Not that much. Just this and the fucking tall boy cords that I have. Every now and then, the last time I drank before this was I think it was New Year's, and it's the 14th right now. So, you just gotta, everything's good in moderation. Except if you're doing meth. Meth isn't good either way, but... Anyway, so yeah, Anyway, back to the story. I'm sorry, I got really sidetracked. Guys, I have really bad ADHD, so I'm gonna get sidetracked all the time. All right, I just want you guys to know, like early on, before I start getting deep into this channel. Hold on, I really gotta piss, guys. I'm sorry. I'm gonna pause the video really quick. All right, we're back. They're a little worried that the video. It would stop the video because I paused it for too long, but I really had to piss. Like, I couldn't wait any longer. Anyway, let me take a rip out of this. But yeah, so I was feeling the edible was pretty good. Like, really good. They were all getting ice cream, and I was broke. Couldn't spend all my money on weed at the time. And so I didn't really have any money to buy myself ice cream, and Logan, he was like, "You want anything?" And I was like, "No," because I don't know about you guys, but I feel weird about people buying me stuff. Unless it's my family. You know, if they're like, for Christmas or like my birthday, it's like the only time I like not feel weird about it. But you know, so I said no. I'm good, bro. But yeah, you know, we're walking through knoebels and I'm getting really fucking cooked. Like, fucking flabbergasted. So, I don't even really remember that day that well, because it was like right after I turned 18, basically. Because my birthday is March 10th, and this is like in May. But yeah, we're walking, and I just remember I was getting really stoned, and like we had to go back at 2 p.m. for the roll call and everything. And this is when I was getting really anxious because I was really fucking stoned. And so we were at one of the pavilions in knoebels. For anybody who has been in knoebels, you know, the pavilions that they have when you walk in. We rented one of those out. You know, Chef, he rented one of those out for like the whole, like, cause like, so for culinary, for Lyco, like it was different schools. So like, I don't want to just like dox myself or anything, but like, so it was my school plus like another town school and like another town school that was in my class. And then there's another period where it was like another town that like a completely different town and like two other towns. And then there was another period where there was like three completely different, you know, like bunch of other kids from different towns would come to this Lyco to like learn about this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a whole like thing. So like there's a bunch of kids from different schools and shit. So there's a lot of people. So he rented a whole pavilion for us to like, you know, come back and rejoice and like, you know, for the roll call and everything. But yeah. So we were the first ones there, back for roll call. And I was fucking blitzed, guys. I was fucking stoned. Okay? Like, I didn't know that I just did over almost 1,000 milligrams at once, but I knew I did a lot. I knew I did too much. Also, I was on an empty stomach at the time, so that probably just amplified it like crazy. But yeah, so we get back, and I'm so stoned, it feels like I'm coming off of an acid trip, alright guys? Like, I'm fucking cooked. I'm like, just sitting there, I'm like tweaking out, and my eyes, I was told my eyes were like fucking bright pink, alright? Like, it was to the point where they gave me sunglasses, because they didn't want Chef to see how fucking fucked up I looked. But yeah, Chef comes back, everybody comes back, you know. It's chill, Chef does roll call, you know, he calls my name, I'm like, don't even say anything to the guy, because I'm fucking fucked up. But yeah, where'd my other beer go? I had another beer. Oh, it's right here. Cheers, guys. But yeah. So, you know, we do the roll call and everything, and Chef's hitting out the hoagies, but we have to go up to him and get him. It was really funny. Every time I talk about this to someone, I always tell them this part really detailed. So he's like hitting up the subs and everybody's going up, and I'm really fucking stoned. All right, mind you guys, I'm really fucking stoned. All right, and I have sunglasses on to hide the fact that my eyes are like fucking bright pink, like I have fucking pink eye. So I just like walk up to him. I'm gonna get up and like fucking. Let's make sure you guys can see me. I'm gonna get on my bed. All right. So I walk up to him. All right. He's like right here. Okay. So I walk up. I'm stoned to shit. Just imagine me with sunglasses. All right. So I get up. I walk to him, and he's like, "All right, Aaron, how many hoagies you want?" And I was just like, Didn't even say anything, dude. I was so stoned I couldn't even form words. Like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm still kind of drunk, guys. But yeah, I was just like, and then he, not only did he give me one, but he like, underhand threw it a little bit, and I, like, actually wait, no, that's not how that happened. I didn't do this, I didn't even do this, I just said, stoned out of my mind, he just threw me one. He knew I was cooked. Because there was a couple other kids who were smoking and shit, because they had pens. I was just, and he fucking threw me my sub. I couldn't catch it because of how stoned I was. I was so fucked up. But yeah, he tried throwing it to me. I dropped it. So, you know, I pick up my sub from the ground, go back. I couldn't even, I was so fucked up. Usually when you get stoned, you get the munchies. But I was so stoned, I couldn't even eat. Because I also had a lot of anxiety, because that was the highest I've, like, been in a while. And I was, like, at a theme park. Like, I was out in public, so, like, I was kind of freaking out a little bit. This stogie's almost out. But anyway, so yeah. Then we get down to eating our hoagies. He's like, alright, you guys go spend the rest of the day, whatever. And now we're walking around again. And I'm still getting fucking, like, I'm getting, like, more and more stoned as we're walking. Like, I was so fucking stoned. Like, and, like, I told Reddick how stoned I was. I told Nevaeh. I told a lot of, like, everybody knew I was fucking stoned. It's pretty funny. Because the girl, Nevaeh, she was all like, oh, I wish I was as stoned as you were. I looked at her, I was like, no, you don't. Yeah, I can tell you right now, you don't wish... like, you don't want to feel like how I feel right now. Like, I was so, like, I had so much anxiety. And I had to talk to the girl that I, like, had a thing for at the time. And that was hard. Like, oh my god, like, so embarrassing. And I was just so fucking cooked. Alright. That's the last of that stogie. Kind of sucks. I wish I had more, but it is what it is, you know. You gotta work with what you get in life. But yeah, I was fucking obliterated. Like, I couldn't even walk straight. It got to that point. But, you know, it was kind of normal after that. You know, I was kind of just vibing. I was fucking stoned. There's this one time when we were sitting on the benches by the cheese fry area, or the fry area, when, you know, where we were getting ice cream, where we were getting ice cream, whenever I, like, popped them, and Chef, he was walking by, and he started talking to all of us, and, like, I didn't want to talk to him, so I was just, like, glued to my phone. I was just not, I was, like, I did not want to make eye contact with him. But, yeah, you know, we went on some roller coasters, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie, going on roller coasters, stoned as fuck, pretty peak experience. I'm not, like, it just, oh my god, like, that was, like, fucking awesome. But, yeah, it was pretty terrifying. I would definitely recommend, if you guys are ever going to go to a theme park, don't drop 1,000 milligrams of THC, you know, that's not gonna, it's not gonna mix very well. I was very scared, pretty drunk right now. I'll probably eventually retell this story eventually when I'm more sober. But, you know, I promised you guys last video that I'd make another video tonight, and I did. Kept my promise. Sorry if I wasn't able to elaborate it more, and if the story wasn't entertaining because of how drunk I am, but, you know, I just wanted to say something for the other video for tonight. I'll definitely make more. I'm gonna keep doing this for a while. If I don't get anything out of it, then... Not saying, like, if I don't get any money, but, like, I just want a few people to listen. That's all I really asked for. Just a few people to be there, listen to my stories, and, you know, just be cool people. But yeah, that's basically like the entire story. I mean, like, around the end of the day, I do remember when we had to go back after, because we rode the Impulse, me and Riddick. If you guys ever went to knoebels, y'all know what I'm talking about, the Impulse, the only roller coaster that fucking has loop-de-loops. we had to go back, and I was still really fucking stoned. And on the bus ride back, I fucking passed out. I was sitting next to my buddy Colton. He was playing his fucking DS. He was a senior at the time. I was only a junior. I was playing DS. I remember I laid my head like on the fucking seat in front of me on my phone. I just passed out. Like I just slept like that the entire ride back. But then yeah, you know, like we got back, and then I gave Riddick and everybody else a ride home, and you know, I went home and smoked some weed as I usually did. And, you know, like the rest of the day wasn't that bad, but the knoebels field trip, that shit was fucking crazy. Oh my god, like I definitely gotta retell this story when I'm more sober and can actually like remember everything that happened. But like that was such a crazy experience for sure. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna end this video here. I don't want this to be really any longer than it already is. I wanna finish off this beer I have in the 12 Coors Light and then go to sleep because it's pretty late. It's like almost 3 in the morning. So yeah, I end this video here. I'm sorry that I didn't use this like I said I would. The next video that I have alcohol where I'm drinking, it's definitely not gonna be every video where I'm drinking, but you know. I'm drunk, I have the confidence to talk to people right now, so, you know, why not? My next video, I'm probably going to be sober for the next few videos, and then, you know, I'm definitely going to be inebriated for some of them, but, you know, I just want to let you guys, you know, let you guys know at least. But yeah, next time that I'm doing a video where I have booze, I will 100% use this and shotgun for you guys. But I can chug a beer. You know what? Actually, I already proved to you guys last video how fast I can chug. But I only took a few sips out of this. I think I'm going to end the video off by chugging the rest of this. Oh, there's a lot of foam. But yeah, you know, I really hope you guys enjoy at least what I'm talking about, you know. Like, I don't really know what I want to do with this channel. I really want to do storytelling. I also want to start streaming a little bit, do, like, gameplay stuff. But, you know, like, it really just depends, like, on what, like, the people want to see, you know? Like, because I want to appeal to you guys. I want to make you guys laugh. I want to entertain people. You know, that's always what I wanted to do. I've always wanted to entertain people. You know, with, like, music or just, like... Oh, shit, my camera is currently slanted as fuck. I just realized that. It's at a little angle right now, but you know what? It's fine. I don't care. This is my second video. It's not gonna be perfect. I'm probably not. I don't really care about editing right now. I'm just yapping, but yeah. There's still a lot of foam. I'm kind of waiting for that to go away. Let me just tell you guys, if you like don't care about getting your finger wet with the beer, this right here, especially if you use your nose grease. Take some nose grease right here. Alright, you got it on your finger. Makes the foam go away so quickly. I don't know what it is. I don't even know if nose grease is a real thing, but every time I do it, it works pretty fucking well. So I don't know, guys. But yeah, this is definitely over 12 ounces. This is a lot more than the Angry Orchard that I just chugged, and that was a whole 12 ounces. But yeah, I'll show you guys what we got working with. I didn't mean to do that. You know what? That was for... I'm not going to say my old homies, because my old homies, the only reason they're old homies is because they did me wrong. I'm not pouring out one for the old homies. I'm pouring... That was for my ancestors that, you know, didn't make it through hard times, like how I'm going through, but I want to be different. I'm gonna pull through. I'm gonna get my own place eventually. I'm gonna get a nice truck. That's what I want. I want a decent, like, GMC Sierra, or like a Dodge Ram 1500, or a Silverado 1500, even like a Toyota Tacoma or a Tundra. Those are really nice trucks too. Just eventually I'll be able to be grateful for the things that I have in life. I am already grateful for what I have in life. I have an amazing girlfriend. She's the best thing that's ever happened to me. I don't know what I would ever do if I were to lose her. I don't know, but you know, the friends that I have now, I don't really. If you guys watched the last video, you guys know it's just weird stuff. But anyway, I'm gonna end this video off. Let's chug this beer. I want you guys to have an amazing night after watching this. I want you guys to have a beautiful day. I want you guys to wake up with a nice smile on your face and be like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking beat today's ass. I'm gonna have an amazing fucking day. But anyway, I'm gonna chug this beer, and after that, I'm gonna end the video. But anyway, here's what we got in the beer cup. Okay, I don't want to spill, but it's like up to here. Okay, like it's definitely over 12 ounces. But anyway, wait till we get to 50 so I can time myself. 5 seconds. We can do better than that. We can do better than that. We can do better than that. We can do better than that, guys. Alright? I'm only pouring half of this. I'm only gonna pour half because I want to at least enjoy the last half. I want to play the game a little bit and sip on some beer. We're gonna pour a little bit of this Coors. And since it's Coors goes down really easily, so. Alright. That's about half right there. This is a 25 ounce can. Yeah. That's actually, I poured a little bit more than half in this. So this is about 12, 13 ounces right here. Let's do the trick again with the nose grease. You're almost there, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you guys are still watching and you're getting bored. But I really hope you guys are having a really good night. At least a better night than I'm having. The next video, I'm not going to be as upset. I just feeling like shit tonight. You know, a lot of shit happened. I'm grateful for the friends that I have right now. I'm grateful for the people that I have in my life that actually give a fuck. Because I don't really have any more of those that much. It really sucks, you know. I know there's probably people that are underage watching this. I'm going to say this again. Please do not be watching this if you're underage. This is definitely not the type of content for you. But for the people that are not going to listen to me and that are stubborn as fuck, I do want to let you guys know. When you start getting older, you're going to really realize who your real friends are. And you're going to drift apart from some people. And it's going to really suck. It's gonna really suck, especially if they were your closest friends in the world and the only person that you had in your life to really hang out with. And they just did some childish shit, and you don't know what you did wrong, but you're gonna have to accept it. You're gonna have to accept everything that happens bad, because the only way that you can really move on in life is if you take the bad stuff and you learn from it, and you grow from it, and you actually take the lesson that's happening, because everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason, guys. I'm not really a Christian guy. I don't really believe in Christianism. I really don't. But there is definitely a higher power out there, guys, that is really making things happen. And guys, everything happens for a reason. Every person you meet, every action you make, heavily on the people that you meet. You know, they could be a life lesson. They could be a blessing to you. It could be a help, like helping you in life, and like, you know, like it can be like, you know, like, oh, this person needs help. Like God can be like, so I call him God, the higher power that I believe in. I know there's a higher power out there. I don't know what it is, but I've asked for signs, and they've given me signs, guys. I'm being so dead ass right now. I've been given signs. Like, I know there's something out there, but the whole like big man up in the sky thing, like, no. But I just want you guys to know, if you ask for a sign, you're gonna get one, and I mean so for real when I say that. Just know that everything that happened in your guys' life happens for a reason. And so if something bad is happening in your life, or if something isn't going your way, just think to yourself, like, what can I learn from this situation? What can I take? What can, like, how can I prevent this from happening in the future? It's all a learning lesson. Especially for me, what happened today. It was really a learning lesson. I gotta be more careful on who I put my trust in and who I allow into my life and my friendships. But like I said, it's a learning lesson. It's a learning lesson for everybody, and we just gotta get through it. You know, we just gotta deal with it as humans, as men. You know, me personally, my girlfriend, I want to be with her for the rest of my life. I want to have kids. I want to have dogs, cats. I want to have a farmhouse. I can make that happen. I just gotta be real with my higher power and keep believing that he's gonna help me. But in the meantime, you know, I'm gonna keep grinding. I'm gonna keep trying to make money as much as I can. If I can't, you know, if I might get a second job here soon. So I don't know how, you know, consistent I'm gonna be with content. I am planning on getting a second job because I really want to lock in and get out of my mom's house and be stable and comfortable. I want to get out of this toxic household really bad because it's starting to mentally drain me, and I don't know how much more I can take of it. But I don't want to bum you guys out. Sorry for trauma dumping, but yeah, I want you guys to have an amazing night. I want you guys to wake up tomorrow and be grateful for the people that you have in your life, the friends that you have, for the current relationships that are still going strong, and for everything good that has happened in your life. It happened for a reason. And the bad things too. They all happen for a reason, guys. I just hope y'all can use that in your life. And yeah, I'm gonna chug this and I'm gonna end this video because I feel like I'm just yapping about random shit now. But yeah, I know I've never met you guys, but I love you guys, and I hope after this video, you know, I've at least connected with some people. You know, the reason I want to tell these stories is because I know a lot of people have been through the same shit I have been. Eventually, when I get a little bigger and, you know, I have a bit of a fan, a little bit of community, I'll tell some more personal stuff. I used to sell drugs and stuff like that. Like, I've been through a lot. I'll tell some more of that stuff, but I don't want to tell that stuff to... I want to make sure I have a decent community behind it, you know? I don't want to just say that stuff and then, you know, just, like, I don't want to spill my heart out and my trauma to just... I at least want something, you know? Like, just as long as I can get, like, 10 people consistently watching my stuff, that's all I ask for. I just want something, some type of, you know... I'm sorry if I keep yapping, guys, but I'm gonna chug this. Alright, what time is it? Oh, no, what time? 43, 37, 48. Four seconds. Oh. Alright. That was the best time yet. I can definitely do better. I can do better, guys. But y'all won't see that until the next time I drink, which isn't going to be for a few videos. So if you guys do want to see me drink some more, smoke some more cigarettes, make sure y'all comment, like, just a little bit, please. And I promise you guys, I will make more. I'll do as much as I can. As much as I can. But in the meantime, I'm gonna finish off this Coors Light. I'm probably gonna watch some Joe Bartolozzi or some Moist Critical. You know, actually, I might watch some Queso. I don't know. Depends how I'm feeling. Gotta go on YouTube and see what I find. I'll watch something tonight to finish off this Coors. But in the meantime, I want you guys to have a beautiful rest of your day or night, or evening, or whatever time of day it is for you guys. You know, whatever part of the country you guys are watching from, I just wish all well to you guys, and I hope you guys are having an amazing time, and I just hope you guys are grateful for what you have in your life, for all your friends, for all your loved ones, and yeah, just be happy, live a little bit, you know, go out to a party, you know, fucking meet new people, you know, like, it's fun, you know, you guys never know what you're gonna get up into if you guys just get up and go out and do stuff, just random shit, like, go out and walk through town. Alright, I know a few times you might not do anything, you might not meet any new people, but, like, you never know. There's been a few times where I was just bored out of my mind, and I've walked through town, and I've met, don't get me wrong, some of the people I probably met were homeless, but, like, I've had some genuine conversations with just random-ass people that I'm probably never gonna see again, that I'll never forget. I'll never forget those people that I just randomly met, and I've had some, like, life-changing conversations with them. So just go out, talk to people, have an amazing life, and work towards your dreams. Alright? Your dreams don't stop until you do. As long as you're trying, you're eventually going to get there. Just remember that, guys. Alright? I'm gonna end this video off because I don't want to keep yapping. I love you guys. Alright? There'll be more in the future. Next story time, I'll be sober, so I won't be as, like, all over the place. But anyway, I love you guys. You know, I didn't want that to happen. I didn't want to drop the camera, but my cup had other plans. But yeah, I'm ending this video now. Y'all have a good night. Love you. Mwah. Fucking goddamn. Oh my god, this phone doesn't want to stay still. Peace out, y'all. Love y'all. Be blessed. Be grateful. Be everything. Love y'all.